Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with the big picture and work my way in. This is a weekly bar chart going back 2.5 years. It was about 7 weeks ago that we settled above this descending channel top, this 5-month channel top that is now well below the market at 93.59, yet nonetheless did set up a return to the low 150s, the high area. At first, our target was nothing more than the actual January high of 153.13, and we still honor that as kind of the level to settle above to clear the way for upward continuation to 173.62. But honestly, if we close above 150.46, this channel top by a full 1% margin, you add roughly 1.5 points, take you about to 152 even or something in that respect. But it's so close to 153.13, we're like, well, why not? We'll just wait for closing above the high, which would then indicate 173.62 within another 2 to 3 months. But as we mentioned, 7 weeks ago when we got the buy signal, which we thought would take a lot longer than it has, and we've yet to reach it, but it is still in reach. And I'll get to that in a moment in terms of what the parameters are to the downside, above which we should see it soon. But 150.46 is one of those formations you have to respect for its ability to contain not only monthly, but even quarterly buying pressures, possibly through the third quarter. We could round off from here into August, September, October, and find support that is yet fully determined, but probably something in the realm of, at least initially, this 129.02 rising channel bottom on the daily chart. There's your 150.46. So if we top out here within 3 to 5 weeks, by the end of July, we could tag this rising channel bottom, and then becomes kind of a battle between these two structures. Once again, if we were to close above 150.46 or the low 150s, we're expecting what is now in the low 170s and climbing within 2 to 3 months. But until then, if you're long still NVIDIA from 7 weeks ago, the low 150s are a solid zone to take at least some profits. And in fact, we might see that area. In fact, I think we will by the end of next week. Volatility is pretty subdued right now, but I'm just going to call it low 140s support. You have this like 1 month channel bottom that is now 142.74, and you also have this inside less steep. It's more of a horizontal structure. I like it a lot because, it's actually parallel with this channel bottom at 135.82. I've been mentioning how if we violate the low 140 structures, we can anticipate 135.82, and that is still true. But I think you can buy 142.74 all day. But if we close below 141.55, that is your sign to not only exit the trade, and I'm talking to 2 to 3 to 5 day swing traders, but to even play the short side down to 135.82. 135.82, this channel structure, 3-week channel bottom, well suited to contain selling on a weekly basis. So if we close today below 141.55, by the end of next week or sooner, we test 135.82, where we could bottom out through the following week and round up again into the lower 150s. And that really describes our 2 to 3 week swing trade, or 1 to 2 week swing trade, is buying the mid 130s and selling the low 150s with a solid pivot point inside of that area in the very low 140s. The convergence of these two, are actually divergence now of these two structures. So once again, holding above 142.74, this longer term channel bottom will keep 150.46 in reach over the next 3 to 5 days. That is your 3 to 5 day swing trade to the upside, buying 142.74 and holding out for 150.46, or your downside 3 to 5 day swing trade is selling a settlement below 140.155, then anticipating 135.82, where once again we can bottom out on a weekly basis. So at 135.82, if you're short following a settlement below 140.155, this is also a good area to reverse and go long back into what is now the low 140s and climbing as a short-term 2 to 3 to 5 day swing trade. Now over time, you can see this 135.82 formation is being converged upon, if you will, by the 129.02 2-month rising channel bottom. And I believe by the end of next week, we're going to start calling this just a solid zone of support, midterm support, able to contain selling through July or the balance of July. And once tested, we can round up into the low 150. So that becomes kind of our big picture of play. I think we even have it represented downside on the weekly chart. 129.02 is that rising a 2-month, actually longer than that now, 2-month channel bottom at 129.02.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
So I think I've explained it pretty well. I will mention upside today, 146.64. Nothing more. We don't have it labeled here, but you can see these 3 highs over the last 3 weeks. 146.64 is that trend line. It can contain intraday buying pressures. So buying 142.74, and this is a day trade, buying 142.74, selling 146.64. And I think you can do both. In other words, I think you can sell short 146.64 and then buy back at 142.74. If we close below 140.155, that long position should be reversed, playing the short side down to 135.82 within 3 to 5 days, possibly within 1 to 2 days with a spike in volatility where we could bottom out through next week. The 2 to 3 week swing trade is once again buying 135.82 and or selling 150.46. It's about as simple as that. And the last thing I'm going to say is in terms of the trading, our 3 to 5 day swing trade is buying 142.74, selling 150.46, or selling a settlement below 141.55 and buying back at 135.82. I think that summarizes it pretty well. Now on Wednesday, later today, wickedstocks.com is putting out 2 new stock picks. We've been nailing some of our stock picks. We're always looking for 20% moves in the underlying stock. Sometimes that occurs within a matter of 3 to 5 weeks. Sometimes that takes 3 to 5 months. We never really know. Obviously, the stock itself, if it has a certain degree of volatility, will dictate that time horizon. But it is very well suited for the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We support you through the process. We show the exact location that if settled upon, for instance, or settled above, would elicit a significant actionable buy signal. We then continue updating those charts every single week, showing you exactly where those line studies are, where your stop loss could be, as well as what your target is at that point in time. Oftentimes the targets are moving, if you will, because they are structures like the 150.46 channel top that move through time. We update you that on a week-by-week basis. So check out wickedstocks.com and take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll see today's stock picks, Wednesday's 2 stock picks. You'll see last week's, we did 2, 3 the week before. Many of them are playing out very nicely, and you can see it all for free, as well as our daily Triple Q and our daily SPY analysis. So check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. I'll be back actually later Wednesday, later today. I will be delivering Friday's NVIDIA report because Thursday the markets are closed, Juneteenth. So have a nice day off. I will be back with Friday's report, and I'll talk to you very soon.